Ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to this LDN Capital Championship bout featuring the champion, the hotshot Joey Scott, and Ireland's very own Steve Savage. Steve Savage, of course, the #1 contender for the LDN Capital Championship. And at the start of this match, it is Savage taking back control after the hotshot Joey Scott figured out a nice way to control the wrist, and now hotshot scoots himself underneath and gets back in control of that wrist. Joey Scott then right here, still in control. Savage rolls through, pushes Scott down to the mat and goes for a quick cover, but Scott making sure that he is not allowing his shoulders to remain down. Beautiful head nip right there as Joey Scott turns this once again into some nice wrist control. Double Greco-Roman knuckle lock, and Scott with a nice chop. Climbs up to the middle rope, top rope, and look at the agility of Joey Scott. Beautiful flip and an arm drag from the champion. Great stuff there from the hotshot. Throws a low-angled arm drag in, and there's a second arm drag from the hotshot Joey Scott with an armbar in control of Steve Savage. Great start from our champion right here. Well, the hotshot Joey Scott has been in control of the LDN Capital Championship for over 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. And Steve Savage in the red and black trunks is trying to break the hold there of the hotshot Joey Scott on this championship belt. But it is no tall order, and men before him have come and fallen. But Steve Savage has been on an absolute tear as of late, picking up victories left, right, and center, up and down the breadth and width of the United Kingdom. Irish whip there for Savage. Joey Scott then jumps over the top of Savage and backflips to his feet, strips up Savage, and look at that standing moonsault from the hotshot. Just a 2 count right there, and Steve Savage tails it out of here quickly, trying to recoup and re-energize himself. You can see the sellout crowd right here, but it is Steve Savage, the Irishman, trying to figure out what he needs to do to get back in the ring, to get back in this contest and try and peel the championship belt out of the hands of the hotshot Joey Scott. Well, the Irishman right now, the referee then being moved out of the way because Joey Scott then over the top, but he's caught by Savage. What tremendous strength from the Irishman. And the Irishman drops Joey Scott on his head onto the hardest part of the ring apron right there. Fantastic work there from the Irishman and great strength shown right there. Savage now picks up Scott and charging that club right to the back. Oh, and a huge knife edge chop right in front of our crowds right here. Joey Scott trying to escape back in the ring, and Steve Savage giving him a little help on his way with a big club to the back. Now Scott now figuring out exactly what it's going to take tonight as he puts Joey Scott in a very precarious position on the edge of the ring, his head just hanging off very, very slightly. The Irishman taking his time right now, goes for a big leg drop, and look at that. Joey Scott just ate that leg drop on his chest, and that could have crushed some ribs right there for a start. I mean, it certainly just emptied the lungs of every ounce of oxygen that was contained within them. Now, Steve Savage enters the ring yet again, picks up Joey Scott, right hands and kicks then to Joey Scott, putting him firmly in control of this contest. Irish whip to the corner, Scott this time unable to jump out the way as Savage drives in with that flying shoulder barge, and he goes for a cover. Just a 2 count. Joey Scott then kicking out. And Joey Scott's fans are being very vocal here tonight. You can see those foam fingers up in the air, ladies and gentlemen. And Scott then really hearing them and fighting back with some right hands of his own. He hits the ropes, he's flying in, but Steve Savage takes him out with a twisting forearm right there. Great work once again from the Irishman. And the Irishman's firmly in control. Look at the force of which that right boot is nailing Joey Scott. And there's a very good snap leg drop right there. And a second one, the hips driving into the top of the head. Just a 2 count right here. Well, folks, thanks for joining us, of course. My name is Reginald Kensington III. just want to let you know that you have the ability right now to scroll down and subscribe to LDN Wrestling on YouTube, and then scroll right back to the top right-hand corner of your page. Enable notifications by clicking on the bell so that you can find out first when LDN are producing brand new content like today's bout and other content, as we produce content all the time here at LDN Wrestling. We are one of the leaders in wrestling content here on YouTube. So thanks for joining us. You join our 3,000 plus subscribers right here. As we are on the march, of course, to 3,500 right now. I believe at the last count we had over 3,200 subscribers, so thank you very much for being one of those. Savage though, belly to back suplex, very nicely done by the Irishman, goes for a cover. Again, just a 2 count right there. The Irishman dropping that belly to back suplex, and once again the vocalness of this crowd is very much apparent. Scott now then going for another belly to back. Oh, he turned it around into a very nice crossbody pin. Just a 2 count right there. Joey Scott surprising Steve Savage. Now pushes him off, goes for an Irish whip. Savage reverses it, and look at the force behind it as Joey Scott is down once again, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this could well be the curse of the Irish coming back to haunt the hotshot Joey Scott, because it is the Irishman Steve Savage firmly in control of this LDN Capital Championship bouts. Vertical suplex, dropping Scott on his back. Yet again, another 2 count right there. Well, Joey Scott, beloved by this audience, of course. But it is Steve Savage who is controlling Scott then. Look at these open palm slaps. Going perhaps for another suplex. He gets him all the way up. Oh, wait a sec. Joey Scott rolls it through. That's a small package pinfall. Oh, he didn't have the legs hooked, unfortunately. Just a 2 count, enabling Savage to get up, but he doesn't quite know where Scott is. And Scott kicks him directly in the face. Now Joey Scott's got an opportunity. Puts him up here on the top rope, and Savage. Oh, a beautiful powerbomb. Oh, just a 2 count right there from Steve Savage. Joey Scott was going for a hurricane, but Savage turned that around into a devastating powerbomb. Joey Scott continuing to be on the receiving end of a lot of the Irishman's punishment right here. Savage now working into the corner. Once again, open hand slaps. Nothing wrong with that in the corner there. Oh, and now Scott being trash talked to by Savage. Steve Savage telling me he should have stayed at home. Well, Steve Savage, if he stayed at home, you wouldn't have an opportunity right now for the LDN Capital Championship. Irish whip attempt right here from Savage. Scott then, this time uses the bottom rope and turns that into a beautiful twisting Hurricane Rana. Joey Scott now is firing back up. Knife edge chop from Scott, right hand. Knife edge chop, right hand combo. Goes for a Irish whip, reversed by Savage. Savage went for a back body drop, but Scott kicked him, and a missile drop kick from Joey Scott. And Steve Savage then almost to his feet, having to use the ropes to get there. But Joey Scott then nursing that back. Builds up some momentum, hits that beautiful forearm, rolls through. We've seen this before. Oh, and so has Savage. Oh, and this time Scott then driving Savage and kicking his leg down. Could Joey Scott be signaling the end here? The 3 moonsault, beautifully done, that triple moonsault right there. Just a 2 count, using the bottom, middle, and top ropes to get the job done, but it's just a 2 count. And now Joey Scott saying that this is all over. We have seen Joey Scott finish bouts with so many different moves. He really is the man of 25 finishing holds as he's going for this butterfly grip. If he gets it, it could be important though. No, he doesn't get it. Savage brings him out, lifts him up into that fireman's carry, drops him firmly on the head. Now tucks him in there for this power pile driver. Good Lord. We haven't seen one of those before from Steve Savage. And neither is Joey Scott. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a new Capital Champion.
We have a championship exchange. Us off the venue to interrupt his reign. With the music, we've got ourselves a brand new LDN Capital Champion.
Well, history has been made here today as Joey Scott's 2.5-year reign as Capital Champion comes to an end. But this is now the era of the Irishman, the era of Steve Savage, and it begins here in LDN Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining me. My name, of course, is Reginald Kensington III.
Is over. Your winner and new Capital Champion, Steve Savage!
Just as a reminder, folks, we are LDN Wrestling, and we are British and proud.